Hey guys, and welcome back to Space Mountain episode number 8, I guess it should be. Yeah, it's been a while since the last episode came online. Basically, this is down to many reasons, but actually the most important one is that recently I've had a lot of stuff to do regarding the PAX Park, which you've seen on my channel as well. I've also jumped into Koali Beach, which most of you might have seen already. And I also had a lot of real life stuff to do. Well, actually, Planet Coaster is somehow also real life. It doesn't matter if it's online or not, it's somehow real life. But in my life, I had to do a lot of stuff. And I'm also, again, 1 week to Berlin now because of my studies. And this is also down to the time I do have to record Planet Coaster and especially the Space Mountain episodes, because it's a big project, and I mean, we are now really far and the project is about to end in a few more episodes. In fact, this is the second last episode of the time lapse. I decided to just do those 2 episodes, which you will see within this week. So I don't know when exactly this episode is going online, because I did pre-produce a few things for next week. In fact, this week, when you're watching this video, I will be in Berlin, kind of a strange city. I will be in Berlin right now, so there's no way I can record anything this week. So maybe I will stuff the videos in the way that you will have a few videos going on over the next couple of weeks. So over the next 2 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to show you just how the queue line in general was finished. I just put in some more stuff into the queue, which I've pre-prepared in the last episode, and now in this episode I'm going to build the rest of it. Talking about the queue in general, I somehow made a mistake I was fooled by some pictures, to be honest. I searched a lot of stuff, and I also came along with this kind of queue line customization, which you can see at the moment. In fact, this one is from the Hyperspace one in Florida and not the Paris one. So the first queue part, which I've done in the beginning of this episode, which is a little bit more normal looking in contrast to this very modern and futuristic looking one. And the first one is actually the one which is in the Disneyland Paris version. This one over here is kind of something from the Hyperspace version from Florida, so it's not to be found in Paris at all. And I just made a little mistake over here. I didn't know if I wanted to fix it or not, but you know what, this project is so huge, and I have to do so many things on it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turns out so far. So I decided to leave it as it is. It's kind of cool. It's not 100% accurate in the end, but the whole project won't be 100% accurate in the end, because it's it's really hard to get in everything completely 100% perfect, and for my taste, the whole recreation is very spot on compared to what I can do in the game, and I'm pretty happy with it, I have to say, which is really rare, to be honest, because I'm not that often happy with my builds in the end. I'm satisfied in a way, but I'm not happy always. So I know that there's always a way to improve your stuff, and this is basically what I also feel in this project. But I think regarding, or just given the fact which possibilities we do have in the game at the moment, and compared to the first version I made in Alpha 1, I'm really happy with how this project turns out. But nevertheless, I just wanted to say that I won't be changing those little mistakes, which are in fact no mistakes, because I know that this is not completely 100% perfect. And the problem also is that it's been a while that I've been recently to the Disneyland in Paris, and I also kind of I just watched a lot of videos, a lot of queue line videos as well, and POVs and stuff like this, and it's really hard to judge how the queue in general is laid out. And I found those pictures I showed also on my Twitch stream, which gave me an idea how the queue is laid out in general. So I think that we are really close to the way how the actual queue line is laid out. But yeah, we won't get in perfectly, and so I will stick to the thing I've built right now, and will stay with this version. So that said, I think we can also jump to the next point, which will be this little really little house, and it's also a hard task, to be honest. I just had to try around a little bit to get in with the version I'm happy with, and this is basically the little Nautilus entrance building, which the Nautilus I'm going to build also, or start to build in this episode. But this little building over here was really hard to do because I had to deal with kind of a 2 meter version of a wall that I can copy around so that I have a really nice round shape. And the problem, first of all, was that the building, when I'm going to do it, is way too large compared to the dome and compared to the oval corner. So I had to redo it again. As you can see here, I had to go in with a 30-degree angle rather than 15-degree angle, which in fact makes the whole thing look a little bit more sharp and a little bit more less rounded. So I tried to come up with a little bit of a cover up over here just by rotating those pieces within the building a little less than the building itself, so to make it seem a little bit more rounded than it actually is. But anyway, I do know the final result, so I can say that I'm still happy with how the building turned out in the end, but it's not perfect at all. But you know, I think I will start in the future to talk less about what's not going so well, and just start about talking what actually works well. And this is maybe something I want to start right now. And I think this building in general works really well in the end, and how it is fit in this little corner area over here. You will see in just a few minutes how it sits over here, and I will also do a little bit of a cover up down below on the waterfront, so that it actually does blend into this corner a little bit better than it does right now. So also a little bit dealing with the lanterns all over the place, and I also kind of wanted to create some really iconic views, which you can see when you just googling for Disneyland Paris Space Mountain images. You will come up with some images I found. I also used to build this over here, and I will put in as a thumbnail, I guess, this time. Oh no, I think I will stick with my normal thumbnail somehow. I don't want to spoil too much. Or maybe I'm going with a new one. I have no idea. No, I think I will go on with the normal one, which I've had for the whole series. Yeah, maybe I'll just put in a screenshot at the end, but I'm not too sure if I get time to do it. Anyway, what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I will try to create a little bit of some really photogenic views, so to say. I don't know if this makes sense, but yeah, I just wanted to get in with some really nice buildings that you can really see are the same as in real life, and somehow tweak the camera in a way that you can make a photo which is actually one by one the real photo. So to have a comparison how good the recreation in the end was, and that's the point I wanted to make. I tried a few photos and tried to recreate a photo with my with the game, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Just a little bit of color tweaking and maybe getting in with an actual sky background. It makes the game look like the real version if you just go in with a little bit of less saturated colors and a little bit more of an actual sky, as I said. Then you can really do kind of a fake photo, which is also a little bit of an insider. If you are following me on Twitter, you might have seen that somebody of my lovely followers just is doing some little fake news all the time, and I'm really happy. It's a little bit fun, and it's really funny to actually yeah, just fool each other a little bit with this. And he's always sending me fake pictures in inverted commas, which are actually real life pictures of the Disneyland Paris version, and just fooling a little bit around with the game pictures and the real life pictures. And you can really tweak them in a way that you can think in the first glance that the game is the real life one and the other one is not. So yeah, just making a little bit fun of it. Basically what I'm doing now is something really nice, because this little building over here has a really nice, yeah, I don't know what this thing is called. It's kind of a little tower, or maybe something like a tower on top of it, and I just wanted to create this really nicely looking and futuristic, but also really old looking tower on top of this little entrance building, to make it really look like the real life version. And this is what I'm mostly happy with, because this turned out to be really nicely working with the in-game pieces, although I must say that those are really small pieces you have to use. For example, this trumpet over here, as little supports for the railing on top of it, and if you're just zooming out, it somehow looks really nice. I really do like the little tower on top of it, and I think that in the end, and by the way, here we are now with the little foundation to blend it in with the water, and now we are already starting with the Nautilus. And I guess, because this one won't be finished in this episode, I think this should be it with my commentary so far. I will leave you alone with the music now, because about the Nautilus, I think it's time to talk about it when we are going to finish it in next episode. So I don't have anything else to say in this episode. So see you in the next one, which will be the final one before the final video. That's it. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.